What's up, everybody? Swift Wings here, and welcome back to Code Vein. This is part 2 of the trial edition, and we will be finishing it off, actually, the story portion of what is in this episode. But let's go ahead and get started. In this one, there's actually going to be a lot more gameplay, less of the cutscenes, and I'm actually thinking about going through and doing the depths as well, especially since we have some time before the actual game comes out. I'm looking forward to it because it actually looks like it's going to be fun. It's like little individual dungeons that you can unlock. That's going to be really fun. And right here, what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the parry timings down, which I think I get it on this next one. Yeah, I did. Which is pretty cool. Same thing with Dark Souls. Getting that parry timing down could be crucial. If we can get it down early, then that might be something that will come in handy later on in the game, which would be really cool. Gonna get a backstab on this guy, and then it'll be a couple more hits from there. I've already had to use one of my regens. Health got a bit low trying to figure out how to parry, so at this point in time I'm sort of hoping that I'm gonna be somewhat close to the mistle, which is, like I said before, like the bonfires. Right there, I see that that item is through the other side, so I'm just gonna break through, pick that up. I think that's an awake. Yeah, it is. It's an awake, which is it's a crafting material, which comes into play with one of the characters later. Of course, I didn't do any crafting thus far because I really don't see much point in the trial edition, especially since it's so short. Maybe it'll come into play if we're going into the depths, if we can do that multiple times. Maybe then we can start doing some crafting, some upgrading, but really don't know as of right now. I do want to play more of the game just because it is a lot of fun. Right there you can see that while backstabbing you can get invincibility frames, just like in Dark Souls, which is great because it would be sucking to be in that animation trying to do something and you just get smacked in the back of the head. Daggers, those are throwable daggers. I end up using those a bit right up here, and we got another lost shard. I never did exactly say what those are, but that's coming up really soon as to what they are, so it'll be interesting. If you look really closely, you can actually see that guy's head moving up and down. That's one indication. If you see somebody sitting, but you see their head like moving up and down as if they were breathing and their chest is moving, that would be a way to tell. Later on, I go and attack somebody whose head is not moving just because I'm unsure, and they weren't alive, so they never got up. Right here, I'm trying to figure out where in the world that sound is coming from. There's a little clinking sound every once in a while, and I end up hearing it throughout the rest of the time in this area. I still have no idea what it is, which is really crazy. Right up here, I'm worried about those guys up on the cliff seeing me, and I'm trying to figure out what in the world is going on. That looks like the quick menu, so I go in there, I select the daggers, which right there on the bottom left, you can see you can select through stuff, and you just press the down on the D-pad for the PlayStation 4 to actually throw the daggers, and you can pull enemies like that. Especially since I don't know what other ranged weapons are going to be besides the bayonets, which are actually like rifles with bayonets attached to them, but they only call them bayonets. I'm still trying not to get too close because I don't want to attract those dudes with the bayonets up there. I finally got a lock on, throw the dagger, and it pulls him, which is great because I didn't want to fight him with those two over there as well. I did end up getting that off even though I got hit a couple times. I'm not sure if I had invincibility frames there or not. I think I did not take any damage, but I could have. I'm not really sure. I haven't figured out what the focus bar is, the one that's like going out to the sides now. That was blue just a second ago above the health and stamina. That was just stupid there. I don't even know why I got shot. Probably because I'm not locked on to anything. Now I am. But I'm not really sure what that focus bar does at this time. Might have been trying to block there. Depth perception on this, I still haven't gotten it completely down. I've missed stuff quite often. And I've just used my last regen. So at this point in time, I'm really, really hoping that I find a mistle, or at this point in time, I was thinking whatever the equivalent to a bonfire is. I need a bonfire. But the mistle is what I'm hoping for, is coming up soon. Sneak up behind this guy so I don't get attacked. Again, I'm trying to be a little bit more cautious right now. So he's gone. Take this down. And we're going through here. There's another one. I think there's one. Oh, these slime things. I forgot about that. Yeah, because there was one other guy, or one or two others over here. Yeah, it's just one. And then these slime lost, or whatever they are. The lost that are so far gone that they become slimes. They don't even have a human form or humanoid form anymore. The music really picks up a lot whenever that happens. And there was another guy there. He was just too dumb and deaf to hear what was going on. I'm going to try to sneak up behind him. See if we can't get a backstab on him. And after I got him, I was looking at the mini-map, and it looks like right over there, just to confirm, that is the area that we were at just a second ago, where we broke the things and we ran around and grabbed that little item. And here's the item that was up on the little ledge where we ran in front of. Right there it said, items exceeding inventory capacity have been sent to storage. I didn't know what that meant at the time, but that item that we just picked up was sent into our storage. It was like teleported to our storage. Don't know how it works, but it does. And we're going to come up here, grab this item that I left. Then we're going to turn around and head back the other way, which we just grabbed another lost shard, a small one. And there's an enemy off to the right, but right here is the mistle. First, items. Local pennant. I'm not sure what that is either. I didn't even look at it. Okay, now we're going to rest at it, and it's essentially just like a bonfire. You go in here, all the enemies regenerate, except for the big ones, the really big ones. I don't think those regenerate. And my thoughts on here were that I was only going to level up. I was not going to upgrade any gifts or anything like that through here, just because I didn't think that there would be enough time. I was trying to get the recording done as quickly as possible so that I wasn't spending too much time, or I wasn't making the videos too long. Right here I'm looking at that because I see that I have 7 of them stacked up, and it says acquire 100 haze. So I'm like, huh, is this like my souls? Is this how I get souls? It's haze now? So I put them in the hotbar, and sure enough, gaining the haze. Instead of souls, it's haze. I don't really know what haze is. It's something that I'd have to look into probably once the game comes out. Maybe there'll be a little more clarity on it, but as of right now, we have found those haze, and I went back into there so I could level up again. Like I said, I'm not worried about the gifts at this point. I'm only trying to get as strong as possible to get through this area, just so I could get the video out there, get a little bit of the experience without going through here. These are the gifts that I was talking about. I believe these top 3 we already have. And then the ones below it we don't have at this time. The blood guard and the stamina, the 4 stamina usage. We don't have those, and of course I don't have enough haze to use it anyways, but I was doing a little bit of reading, a little bit of looking, just to see what was going on. That one on the right is actually for magic. That's where you would learn like your fire magic that you were using, or you would use it in the tutorial. They show you about it. This guy right here is the one I was talking about earlier, where you can see his head isn't moving up and down. So you see I swung at him and nothing. He was already dead. Now we have this person standing over here. I'm gonna go talk to him.
A fellow explorer? It appears you're alone. I'm on my own at the moment too. I was hoping for a partner for the path ahead. What do you say? Would you mind working together? At least until we're through here? Don't worry, I'm not gonna stab you in the back. The miasma and the Lost here are enough trouble as it is.
I went ahead and said yes, just because I felt like that was the prudent thing to do. This game really wants you to work in pairs with people. It doesn't want you to be alone too much. It wants the multiplayer. It wants the aspect of being together. So at this point, I knew that this enemy was over here. I had seen him. And these are the big enemies that I feel don't respawn. And he has a missile on top of him, which is why whenever he fell, the surrounding area mapped. We didn't get to refresh it because it fell off. However, it still gave us the map, which is cool. The Thorn, that's another, oh, what's it called? The Blood Code? No, not the Blood Code. It's what controls your abilities. You can change that out because as of right now, I have that claw that comes out and I attack people. There's another one that we have currently. It's Blue Hounds. I never switched to it. But there's Blue Hounds, which, like, these hounds come out from your cloak that you're wearing and attack
Wanna head down?
at the same time. Like, these demon hounds come out of your back and, like, attack them at the same time. And that one, the Queen's Thorn, it's like this big scorpion's tail that comes out of your back and just stabs people into the ground. It's actually really cool. I did see that item right there. I'm going back right now, realizing that I didn't have a way to grab it, which this is a really great item to find. Lost Soul, or Lost Shard large. So this is a large sized one. Right here's the enemy. I'm still trying to be kind of cautious. I don't want to attract all of them because whenever I was standing up there, I had a feeling that this looped around to that, and I had seen at least 3 of those big dudes, and I didn't want all of them on me at the same time. That is a weapon that we can use. It's like the Juggernaut's sword or something like that. Huge sword. Moves really slow. I mean, anime-esque style game, Bloodborne-esque style game. You're going to have large weapons in them. They're all really cool, though. They each have their own stats. At one point in time during this, I was going through trying to figure out what would be the best weapon for me. But since I hadn't changed anything and I wasn't messing with any of the extra stuff at this point in time, I was not going to change my weapon because this one was going to do best for me for the stats that I had set up. I was going to try to do a drop-down attack on that guy, but he ran around. And the stranger has been putting in work. More awake. I think we get several more of the awake, so I'm not sure how many we'd need for upgrades and stuff. I didn't look too much into that stuff. I saw that I didn't have like 10,000 haze for the flame upgrade for one of the weapons. So I was just like, you know what, I can't do it. And he just buffed me. The NPC that's following us around, he just buffed me. That wasn't myself doing the adrenaline stuff on the top. That was him. Which, unfortunately, I did not use any of those abilities except for that one that's up on the top, on the bottom right side, that one that's on top. That's the only one I used. So, unfortunately, I didn't use the other one, so I don't know what else I could have done. Right here is one of those, what they call the springs, I believe. Yeah, blood spring. Gonna get us another blood pearl. Which is really interesting because, like, here in a few minutes, like, he doesn't really say much, but he gives a slight indication that he's confused as to what just happened and how you were able to rejuvenate the spring. Because supposedly the only thing that can rejuvenate the fruits and the mice and the mistle and everything is, like, blood from the Queen project, whatever that is. We don't know anything about that yet.
Could that really
which is something that's going to be interesting to find out what. See, right there, he was like, he's confused. He does not know how in the hell you did that. Which shows that we are playing somebody that's extremely special, which is really cool. I'm sitting here reading about the blood spring. Forgive me for reading slow. And then we have another missile here. And of course I got that large shard, so, and the other, did I get another shard yet? I don't remember. Of course I'm gonna level up, because like I said, that's all I'm doing in here. I'm just trying to get my strength and everything up as quickly as possible. Because I was, see, that statement right there confused me at first, but upon watching it back, I sort of understood, like, they're confused. They don't know how,
We're not far from the surface.
nobody knows how you did that. And I figured that there was a boss coming up at the end of this, because, I mean, there usually is at the end of demos. There was at the end of the Final Fantasy 15 demo, so why wouldn't there be one here? And I just wanted to get as strong as possible before moving on.
Not a lot of room.
Looking up there, trying to see if there's any of those blue goos up there, which I see legs now. Up in the top left, you could see the legs a little bit. I did not see them at the time, so I didn't know this dude was coming. And we just got a venom cartridge. I think that may be used to, like, inflict poison on an enemy.
That's quite valuable. Let's use it well.
And we just grabbed another lost shard. Small one, though. So I decided to go back and use both of them. I'm looking at the weapons real quick to show you what we have. The Queenslayer blade is the one that we just picked up. That pipe is what we already had. We already had that hammer right there. And then the Lost bayonet, that's basically just a bayonet that the Lost carry. I think there might be some others that we can find later on. I'm actually really excited to figure out all the types of weapons that we can get, because it'll be really interesting to figure that out. Queenslayer blade sounds like something that was used to kill, like, the queen that everybody's saying was killed or something. And I really don't know too much of the lore right now. I'm interested to find this stuff out when the game comes out, maybe through item descriptions like Dark Souls, or maybe they'll straight up tell us, since they seem to be more heavily telling a story here than having people run through it and figure it out. And you got 600 for that large one, so I'm wondering what other types of shards there's going to be, and if you'll be able to get more and more from each of them. But we only got to level up once, but that's still another level. Still pushes HP, stamina, and attack up, so be really good. Now it's time to go back and go through the door. Well, like I was saying just a second ago, with the way the storytelling is going, this being an anime-style game, it does make more sense that they would have more cutscenes, and just like Dark Souls, went through, and that guy came back after we rested at the Mistle. But the big guy did not drop down on us. That's the reason I'm saying I don't think those big guys come back.
I don't want to run into any enemies around here.
Because, I mean, if he did, then he probably would have come back. The Ichor Concentrate, that's something that you use to refill your Ichor. That 16 of 16 down at the bottom right. But that's what used whenever you use your abilities, which of course I never used, so I didn't ever need the Ichor stuff. Which I'm guessing that's one way you could play. You could play it strictly like Dark Souls, where you use no special powers or anything. Or you could change it up and use your powers. Either way it goes, it'll be fun. Here's one of those big guys again. So I got locked onto something across the way. I don't know what, but I did.
This lake was formed from a hole created by a Thorn of Judgment. Don't fall here.
Don't know what Thorns of Judgment are either. I'm sure we'll find that out in the actual game. So a little jump cut there. I had to stop the recording on the PlayStation because time was limited. And I jumped back into the recording again. There was really only like 3 minutes worth of stopping there. But needed to do that jump cut so that I could actually finish off the recording. Because I had heard there was around an hour, a little over an hour's worth of like story gameplay in this little trial area. And I see the item on the other side. I'm about to go get it.
That was well hidden.
He says it's well hidden. Wasn't really that well hidden. Those things glow. I still don't know about jumping. I was too scared to try to die because I didn't die throughout this entire thing. I was too scared to die to find out what happened then because I didn't want to lose any memory. I still have no idea what you lose if you die, because everybody says like when revenants die they lose part of their memory.
Did we miss anything?
I am slightly curious to figure out what you lose because it says that you usually don't remember it, but
Good.
I have a feeling
It's
that
light
we
from the
would,
surface.
especially if you get to an enemy where you die over and over again. But we're coming up to somebody here. Who is it? Who could it be? Just killed off some people, destroyed their hearts, turning to dust. Is that? It couldn't be. Oliver? Oliver? No, Oliver. Red eyes. Evil look.
Once someone is lost, they can never come back. Cast aside.
I guess it's time to take out our first friend. Well, second friend. The girl in white. Which somehow he has her. I don't know if this is the camp that we were originally at. We made it back there and he made it there first and killed off all those people that were in that little camp keeping us as slaves. And he found her, or what? That might be the case, but I'm not sure. And that was just a stupid move. I got super greedy there. He just smacked me, knocked me straight on my ass. Used my regen real quick. The stranger is putting in work though. I felt like that was a good time for me to get in there and swing just because his focus was completely on the stranger. I just used the stamina thing because I'm trying to keep my stamina going as quickly as possible. He got down to half health and turned into some huge beast with that giant hammer. Just as Dark Souls, well, not that part, but just like in Dark Souls, if you see them swinging, swing to the same side usually, right next to them, and you'll be good. That ability though that he has is insane. He just smacked the shit out of me. The stranger brought me back though, luckily, and I'm using my last regen. I don't remember what I was looking for there. I was looking for something. I might have been no, I really don't know. I'm not even gonna try to say what it was. I don't remember. Using my last regen right here, so if I get smacked down to the ground again, that could be it. I could be done. Which smacked the shit out of me again. Step back, you see that little glowing hand part? That's when he does that little AoE thing all the way around him. He's smacking the shit out the stranger right now, so trying to get in there to smack him, but I missed the first 3 shots because of that stupid depth perception. We've got him down pretty far. Just gotta keep smacking him. He's going after the stranger. Health is super, super low now, so all we need to do is get in there and smack him. He's trying to do that power up, but we got him. Took him down. Ugh.
She's all right. By the way, both of you.
All revenants must pay a levy. There are no exceptions.
A vestige. Best to stay away from those stones. Anyone who touches them is defiled, transformed into the lost. Don't listen to their whispers.
Someone has to be sacrificed. Without blood beads, we won't make it.
Once she's settled down, let's get out of here.
Someone has to be sacrificed.
Wait, what are you... Let go! It'll swallow you up!
It's all right. You can do it.
Crazy how my eyes were glowing, then all of a sudden they went back to normal. Everything started looking normal. That other dude was freaked the fuck out. Now we're in like some sort of dream like state or dimension. It's crazy looking. They explain what it is here in a couple minutes. It doesn't take too long to get through here.
Please, let us keep them just this once. We won't make it if you take them.
All revenants must pay a levy of blood beads. There are no exceptions.
It does seem like they're regrettably working. We don't know anything about those Cerberus soldiers yet, though. So I guess we'll figure that out later.
Daddy! Mommy!
Someone has to be sacrificed. Without blood beads, we won't make
Looks
it.
like so far he's been slightly struggling with the fact that blood beads have been drying up and nothing's really been going for him.
Humans that remain are under Silver's control. Wandering
I do wonder why the
forced to hunt for
government or
blood
whatever
beads, facing
is wanting all these blood beads. They want everybody to send them blood beads. Are they just trying to build up their stockpile? Are they trying to feed something massive? Keep it tamed, or are they just trying to turn everyone into Lost so that they have an army to fight for them?
All right. What's important is that
That right there, I think was him, like, turning right there, sitting in that cave where we left him, where he told us to leave us. Could have been him turning.
This is a memory echo. It's a place where lost recollections still wander. Come, let's move on. If you use that stairway, I believe it should take us back to the world outside this memory.
Is this the past of one of the lost? No.
See, he's just even more confused.
What the hell was that?
It was a memory, carved into that vestige by the one who left it behind.
I didn't expect that I'd get dragged into it, too.
We both melted into you.
I can't believe this. What a power. Come with me. I know a spot where we can rest. I'm Louis. I'm researching blood beads. Nice to meet you.
And right there is Oliver Collins. His little ability.
Ugly, isn't it? The red mist showed up a short time after the Queen was defeated. And when it did, it trapped everyone and everything inside, giving birth to the society of revenants ruled by Silva. The Jail of the Mists. As time passed, that was the name people gave to the world inside. The creatures trapped inside the miasma wander in a never-ending cycle of death and rebirth, always searching for blood beads to sustain them. Revenants need to have blood. Without it, they turn into those creatures we call the Lost. The revenants who captured you were desperately searching for blood, terrified of losing themselves. It's a common fate these days. But ripples are beginning to form. You cleared the miasma and revitalized the blood spring. Where did you learn to do that? You've forgotten? Anything you do remember? That's unusual, losing so much of your memory. I suppose it was the same for her.
Yeah, I mean, it is strange. Whenever
Yeah,
you're making your
just take it
character,
easy.
you select a voice,
Yourself at home.
and I have not heard the voice I selected at all throughout this entire thing.
We can talk again later.
But yeah, that it is crazy how we both seem to know things, but don't know how we know them or where we know them from. So maybe we'll be finding memory along the way. Maybe we'll just be making new memories, figuring all this stuff out. Because she seems to know a lot, but she doesn't seem to know it until it's happening. She doesn't seem to realize it either, especially when you talk to her right here. I thought she was done talking, so I started running away, and she started talking again. I was like, damn it. So we gotta listen to that second part again.
It's warm here, isn't it? Everyone wants to know more about me, but I don't know the answer to any of their questions. All I can remember is that my name is Io.
So now we finally got her name.
By your
I was about to
side.
walk away again.
My name. I have no idea what it means. I'm not sure. It was simply decided. One does what must be done. And for me, that is my mission. To stay at your side. I was wounded while I was searching for you.
Right
I'm
here,
not a
I've
very
skipped
capable
quite a
fighter.
bit. I did a little bit of running around, and I just went around and talked to everybody that was around the area. I went and laid down in the
power to
bed.
revitalize blood springs.
Didn't
Both
sleep, just laid down in the bed.
Sorry, but could I get a sample of your blood? We might understand more if we analyzed it. It won't be much, just a small vial, so you won't need to worry about bloodthirst. It'll take a while to get the results. Take it easy in the room back there while you
And
wait.
this is the room with the bed that I was just talking about. If I had known that he was going to send me here, I wouldn't have gone in there to lay on the bed earlier. But yeah, so, talk to him again.
I've done what I can to look into your talents, and have confirmed something surprising. Revenants have blood types that differ from those of humans. These types greatly affect a revenant's abilities. However, your blood has no specific type. Or maybe more accurately, your type is broken. Your abilities, and the fact that you have no specific type, might be due to your being what we call a void type. You were able to gain another revenant's power through a vestige, right? That phenomenon is unique to void types. Supposing you are a void type, there's a test I'd like to perform. Don't worry, I'll get something out of it. I'm going to give you some of my blood. If my theory is correct, it should act as a medium that will give my power to you. Well, here goes.
Very bloody sounds for just giving me a little bit of his blood. But we did gain his power. His abilities. Coco is
Did you go
the
visit
merchant,
Murasame
and Murasame is
You should be ready to do business
your
now.
person to upgrade stuff.
Weapons and blood veils are vital parts of a revenant's kit when exploring. You should take another look at them. If you've got materials, Upgrade and transform them. Once you've got that settled, talk to
But
me
yeah,
again.
like I said, I
We'll
may be
continue where
doing
we left off.
the depths here pretty soon. And like that's it. That's it for the demo, except for the depths, which you can go through over and over again. But if you liked it, smash that thumbs up button. And I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.